I feel like there are two types of people in this world. People who have a 5-year plan and then people who panic when asked कि भाई weekend पे क्या करना है. I am definitely interviewing today's guest for the second category of people.
Wonderful. You have really hit the nail on the head. You are not your thought.
कि what amount of thinking is normal thinking and what amount of thinking is overthinking. So how do you tell when you're actually solving a problem versus you're just feeding your overthinking? Resilience is just a fancy name for suffering. Instead of sitting with myself for 5 minutes, instead of doing nothing, I am doing nothing but also staying busy at the same time with doom scrolling.
The most of the problems in humanity exist because of man's inability to sit with himself alone.
Let's say every teenager watching this completely ignores everything we've said. What is one thing that you hope sticks? I feel like there are two types of people in this world. People who have a 5-year plan and then people who panic when asked कि भाई weekend पे क्या करना है. I am definitely interviewing today's guest for the second category of people. Today we have here with us Dr. Saroj Dubey, and somehow his journey went from being a gastroenterologist to being a TEDx speaker and someone who teaches resilience and well-being. He studies the gut, writes about resilience, talks about mindfulness, and somehow made all these things connect, which is exactly why I wanted to have this conversation. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Dubey.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zara. It's a real pleasure to be here talking with you. And, I'm really very amazed at your wisdom and insight at such a young age, and whatever I have, heard about you or read about you, it's really amazing. And to, conduct a podcast at this age about such topics, I think one is that it is a need of the hour, especially for, teenagers, your friends, your compatriots, because I think everyone is searching for some kind of a ground and some kind of safety net or whatever. And I hope our talk will be useful to them, and keep up your inspiring work.
Thank you, sir. That means a lot. Now, before we get into resilience and life advice, I have to ask, when did you decide that stomachs were your calling?
Acha, okay. So yeah, now the thing is ki it had been my dream to, become a doctor, pursue medicine. My father was also a doctor. So that part was there. So after my MBBS, then I did my MD. So during MD medicine, there was the, kind of a curiosity to know more, to study more, because at that was the time where specialization, super specialization was at its peak, where people were specializing into cardio, neuro, gastro. So to be honest, my real interest has always been the mind, and in fact, during my MBBS time, I had wanted to become a psychologist, a psychiatrist. That is my first interest. A lot of my friends, who are my MBBS friends, they know about this. So, but because I was a good student, and at that time psychiatry was not really so much in demand. So, people told me you go for medicine, and I chose medicine, and I liked it a lot. I like it a lot. So then when I was doing medicine, then gastro was quite a interesting subject. And other thing is that there was that connection between gut and the mind. Of course, I didn't know how strong it was at that time, but something about that was also there. So I think I ended up taking up gastroenterology.
And so if you could go back in time, would you change your decision at all? Would you become a psychiatrist instead?
That's a very, very interesting question. And to be honest, I don't know, because the journey through medicine and gastro has taught me a lot, and I think it was destined to be. But maybe, because of my real passion, I would say my passion is about well-being, studying the mind, knowing about people, what makes them do certain things. It is possible that, if I go back, I may again, I take up psychiatry. So really, I don't know.
All right, sir. Now, reading your book, it made me realize that teenagers are told two completely opposite. one is that you should embrace the present,
Mhm.
and the other is that you need to start planning for your future. So what do you think, which one wins?
Wonderful. You have really hit the nail on the head. You know, this is the thing now, and a lot of people are perplexed by it कि क्या है, अगर हम present में रहेंगे तो हम प्लानिंग कैसे करेंगे? हाउ कैन वी
Right.
प्लान फॉर द फ्यूचर? यू नो, तो फिर हम प्लानिंग में ही रह जाते हैं, एंड प्लानिंग में रहते हैं तो देन वी आर मिसिंग द प्रेजेंट. बट एक्चुअली इट इज नॉट contradictory. Now the thing is, when we talk about being in the present, you know, being in the present is, you know, being now, being there, being mindful, being aware. For example, if we are having a talk, हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, so my whole focus is on the questions you are going to you know, ask me, and how I'll respond to it, and a little bit about my focus is on the environment. अगर हम एक घंटा पहले जाएं, you know, then maybe there would be some planning कि हमें क्या पूछना है, या for example if I'll be there, okay, what are the questions she may ask and what are the things I would like to say.
Yes, sir.
So you can plan also in the present. You know, planning is not a kind of a, it's not a contradiction to being in the present. Planning is important. If we don't plan, then how are, you know, we are going to be totally dysfunctional. And being in the present doesn't mean कि आप, you know, साधु बन के या बस आप present में हो, मस्त है, नहीं. Being in the what happens is, even if in your planning, now for example if I'm sitting here और अब मुझे plan करना है कि अभी for example tomorrow I have you know, a meeting or an interview or something, मुझे plan करना है, I can either be totally lost in my mind. हम वो प्लानिंग के चक्कर में कभी कल क्या हुआ था, परसों क्या होगा, ये होगा. I can plan like that, and that is not being in the present. But when I'm really in the present and planning, so my planning is just about tomorrow's interview, you know, and it's not कि फिर हम yesterday में नहीं जा रहे, ये नहीं जा रहे. I'm planning for tomorrow. So I am in the present, but I can plan for the future as well. And I can even think back on the past कि क्या हुआ था, should I have done this, or you know, how could I improve myself. So I can understand your point, which is very well taken, and not just teenagers, a lot of बहुत सारे you know adults है, बहुत बार मुझसे भी पूछते रहे ये क्या है, अगर हम खाली प्रेजेंट में रहेंगे तो कैसे प्लान करेंगे, हमारा घर कैसे चलेगा, how will we invest and all. And I say मतलब that is obviously you have to do it. अगर हम प्रेजेंट में रहने के लिए बोल रहे हैं तो दैट डजंट मीन कि लाइफ इज स्टॉपिंग ना. हमारा लाइफ इज दैट डायनामिक थिंग जो चल रहा है. बट वी कैन, what happens is when we are in the present, then we are able to, you know, have more kind of space to respond to things, and we can work more efficiently also.
And so what made you come to this realization? Because most people, teenagers kya, even adults as you said, do not know how to balance the two, do not know ke when does planning end and overthinking begin. So what made you think that?
So I'll tell you, you know, Zara, I was also like, you know, I would say most people, टीनेजर्स में मैं ऐसे ही था. यू नो, आई वाज ऑफ कोर्स स्टूडियस काइंड ऑफ गाय और अपना ये करते रहता था, बट आई लव्ड स्पोर्ट्स एंड ऑल, बट आई डोंट रियली थिंक आई वाज टू प्रेजेंट एट दैट टाइम. और जब मैंने व्हेन आई बिकेम एन एडल्ट एंड ऑल ऑल्सो, तो यू नो अब ऐसे ही चल रहा था. आई वाज डूइंग वेल एकेडमिकली, सब कुछ ठीक था. आई वाज सीइंग माय सीनियर्स एंड मेंटर्स एंड ऑल, यू नो, एंड उनको आई यूज्ड टू आइडलाइज कि आई वुड लाइक टू बिकम लाइक दैट. देन after my DM, you know, जब gastro के बाद, I think it was in 2007 or 8, I read this book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. ये तुम भी पढ़ना है ना?
Yes,
and tell me, उसमें एक लाइन था कि you are not your thoughts. ठीक है? And you know, suddenly I was jolted कि ये क्या बोल रहे हैं Eckhart? You are not your thoughts. But I was totally identified with my thoughts. मुझे लगा यही है, me and my thoughts and the mind, यही तो सब कुछ है. You know, this is my identity.
Yes, like
ये
everyone.
thoughts अगर नहीं होता, ये mind नहीं होता, तो I won't have done so well in my academic career. और मैं अपने सब seniors को भी देखता था, you know, this is the, but that really struck me. And what the next line was even deeper, कि you are that which is aware of your thoughts. So मतलब there is a gap between, you know, us and our thoughts. So that set me thinking, although it took many years बाद में to really understand it. Then the second, he used to talk about being present. And I realized that most of my life I had never really been present. And I also realized with a kind of a shock, I'll say, that we are never taught about being present. We are never, kind of, no one has told us that it's such a important thing, and it can, transform our lives.
Definitely.
You know,
Yes, sir.
that. And I also realized that being present and being successful, they don't have a link. A lot of successful people, they are trapped in their minds. They are, most of the time they are spending thinking,
Yes, sir.
and they are not really present. So that actually started the whole journey of mindfulness and, meditation and things like that. And जो भी उसके, whatever the gist of it is in the book, and a lot of it we'll talk about. So you get my point. I
Yes,
think your
sir.
questions is
Absolutely.
so this thing very nice, because, and you'll see ki you as a teenager, you'll be seeing your friends and all, but you'll be also seeing your teachers. उनको भी आप देखते होगे, या your family members and relatives, and you'll see a lot of people are not present. They are not there, and many of them are very successful, maybe very wealthy, very powerful also, you know but you'll also be able to make out the difference between a person who is present, who is more mindful. And maybe you can, when you interact with such people, you can make out there is something different. Maybe it's a sense of comfort in their presence. Maybe it is something, you feel a bit nice and relaxed with them, and things like that.
Right.
Or aage, I'll tell all of your friends also, those who are listening, you just make a note. One is how present you are, in your day to day, this thing, how present your adults are, not as a judgment, but just to notice. And then you can see ki, what is the difference between people.
And then you can guide them
And
through
then you
that.
can guide them, because, it just requires, and who, which kind of people are the most present? Two types who are naturally very present. One is those, infants, chote babies. Why do we love them? Why do we always, want to cuddle them and, play with them and adore them? Because babies are all, because their mind has not started functioning. It takes 1.5 to 2 years, जब तक brain develop पूरा थोड़ा होने शुरू नहीं होता है. So what they're doing is they're totally present. They're totally present there. अगर अभी उनको भूख लग रही है तो रो देंगे, then soon they'll be happy, and this thing, and they'll be just enjoying themselves, just being in love in this moment, and that transmits to people who see them and they want to pick them. And the second are your pets. Do you have a pet?
No, sir.
है ना, तो ये. So but you'll be seeing ऐसे ही कोई pets, friends can all. So like I have a Shih Tzu, I have a puppy. Now if I go out for half an hour and I come back, वो ऐसे लिपट के मिलता है जैसे I've been away for years.
Yes, sir.
वो ये नहीं सोचेगा that doggy कि अरे ये तो आधा ही घंटा पहले तो था, है ना, what is so great. But वो ऐसे करके, because they always present. Now in they're not thinking कि आधा घंटा पहले था, 1 घंटा पहले नहीं, they're just saying कि, oh, this is someone I love, and I just show my joy. And that is why we love pets also.
Right, sir.
So the people who are most present, you are somehow, instinctively drawn to them, attracted to them, and somehow because you feel comfortable with them.
Spot on, sir.
है
So,
ना?
well, one more thing that I wanted to ask is that a lot of people, whether that is in careers or life in general, how can you tell if you're on the wrong path or if the path is just uncomfortable?
That's also a very, very nice question, and very relevant to, this thing. So I'll tell you two things. One is, they may sound a bit contradictory, one is that you are never really on the wrong path. We are never on the wrong path, even if seemingly we seem to, bhatak jate hai, ya we are astray. Because whatever you call it, maybe if you go deeper, whatever fate, destiny, jo bhi hai, things happen for a reason, and very often
Yes.
we get to know about it बाद में कि क्यों हुआ, या sometimes even overwhelming tragedy होते हैं एंड हमें लगता है कि ओ यार मैं मतलब ये मेरे साथ हुआ, अदरवाइज यू नो मैं तो आई वाज ऑन द राइट पाथ टू सक्सेस एंड हैप्पीनेस, एंड ये एक ट्रेजेडी हो गया, सो माय लाइफ यू नो फेल अपार्ट. But actually that tragedy was meant for you. It was meant to show you something, you know, and maybe something introspect deeply, and probably that was something which was probably showing you कि ये path तुम्हें पकड़ना है ना. So one is कि we are never on the wrong path. The second is हाँ, sometimes you know we may take up either a profession or some kind of a thing कि और लगता है कि maybe you know that passion is not there. Yeah, when I get up in the morning, you know, if I ask myself ki okay, are you looking forward to the day or the work you are doing, so there is that feeling, uncomfortable feeling ki yeah. So I think we should trust our intuition, है ना. और
So
for
trust your gut.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, the seat of intuition is the gut, है ना, तो वो है. सो आई थिंक दैट इज अ थिंग, ट्रस्ट योर इंट्यूशन. अगर लग रहा है कि यू नो व्हेन यू आर डूइंग समथिंग उसमें पूरा मन नहीं लग रहा है, एंड एट द सेम टाइम when you are doing something which is not related to your work but you can spend hours on it and time का भी नहीं पता चले, है ना, तो that is something which is meant for you. Maybe तुम्हारे लिए you know you are doing this podcast, things like this which is not related directly maybe to your studies but you are enjoying it. So it means कि that's a signal that this is something which you would like to do, and maybe in some way or the other you can you know bring it to your list.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that also reminds me of one of my favorite quotes actually.
Mhm.
You either win or you learn.
Ah, wonderful. That is so good. Very nice. है ना? So yes, you either win or you learn, and mostly we learn, है ना, because winning and losing are kind of relative terms, है ना, क्योंकि वो we may think कि we are winning, someone will be think you're losing, वो है. But whenever we are really open to whatever is happening, you know, then we are learning and we are growing, and that should be the aim, you know, that कि of course you have your plans and ambitions कि मुझे ये करना है, but all the time you are with that beginner's mind. You know, there's a saying, a Zen saying कि a beginner's mind has many possibilities, an expert's mind has few. Because जब हम expert बन जाते हैं, है ना, फॉर एग्जाम्पल सोचो अगर मैं यू नो अब मुझे लगता है मैं तो चलो अब 20 साल से गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजिस्ट हूँ, कंसल्टेंट हूँ, यू नो आई नो अबाउट लाइफ एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट, देन आई एम लिमिटिंग माई सेल्फ, यू नो, कि मुझे लगता है सब हो गया, देन माई कप इज फुल, सो आई कैन नॉट यू नो pour anything more. But when we are always in that you know beginner's mind state, always curious, always ready to learn, you know Raj Shamani,
Yes, sir.
है ना, the अपना पॉडकास्ट, आई थिंक ही वाज टेलिंग, एक किसी को इंटरव्यू में समवन वाज आस्किंग हिम कि अमंग इतने सारे यू नो यू हैड सो मेनी गेस्ट्स एंड व्हिच गेस्ट अमेज्ड यू द मोस्ट. सो आई रिमेंबर हिम टेलिंग दैट बिल गेट्स जो है व्हेन ही केम, यू नो, इतना कुछ अचीव कर लिया है, यू नो, एंड ही इज मे बी 70 प्लस, इतना कुछ इज यू नो ट्रांसफॉर्म द वर्ल्ड. बट when he came to me, he was asking, "Acha, kaise karte? How do you do? What are you doing?" You know, he was so like that childlike curiosity was there, always wanting to learn, wanting to you know this thing, and that's what made him you know that person. So we should never lose that curiosity, that childlike you know wanting eagerness to know more about life, and always be in that beginner's mind zone.
I wanted to ask, have you ever gotten the two confused yourself? Have you ever thought that something is the wrong path, but it turned out to be just a difficult one?
A difficult one, yeah. It happened quite a few times, you know. I think one is that among many things, I remember once when I was preparing for my DM gastroenterology. At that time, there were very, very few seats. I think there were 2 seats in AIMS, 2 or 3 in GP Pant. You know, very few. Around all over India, there were 10 seats only. You know, so I was preparing, and then at that time, I was in AIMS. You know, I'd got a very nice residency, this thing in AIMS, in the Department of Gastroenterology. But वहाँ पे क्या हुआ कि because there was such a lot of work that I was not getting any time to study also. And the way the exam is formulated, ki first you have to clear that theory part. Out of that, the top few will be called for the interview, and then out of that, two people will be, selected. ऐसे करके था. तो the thing is कि when I was giving, I realized कि I'm learning a lot, and ये एक थॉट था कि शुड आई एम्स वाला जो दैट रेजिडेंसी शुड आई गिव इट अप एंड जस्ट सिट अलोन एंड सिट फॉर सम टाइम, प्रॉब्ली दैट विल हेल्प मी दिस थिंग क्वालिफाई फॉर द थ्योरी एग्जाम एंड दैट विल इंक्रीज माई चांसेस. बट एट द सेम टाइम मुझे लगा एम्स को छोड़ दे एंड बैठ जाए, और नहीं हुआ तो so I was there were a few months, around 3-4 months I sat, and all the time I was thinking कि अरे यार मैंने गलती किया, एटलीस्ट मैं एम्स का एक बैच लगा रहता, वो करता, पता नहीं अब नेक्स्ट एग्जाम. बट whatever it is, by destiny grace, the जो अगला एग्जाम हुआ तो then I qualified in GB Pant, from where I did my gastro. So all that time, there are so many times जब लगता है कि whether you made that right decision या नहीं है, again you have to trust your instinct. उस समय भी मुझे लगा कि नहीं, I think I made the right decision, because unless I study those 15-16 hours which I'm not going to get while working, I'll never be able to qualify for that 5-6
Right.
seats, because that is purely theory. So there are many times when there's that choice between, like for example, someone may be very passionate about, for example, someone may be very passionate about podcasting but has a job. Now he can't suddenly leave his job and do podcasting, because उससे उसका घर तो नहीं चलने वाला है तुरंत.
Yes, sir.
So there we, maybe you can do 2 hours a day or in the weekends or something, and once you develop that sort of a comfort and maybe financial this thing, maybe that will give you a courage to leave your job. So everything you have to make that balance and kind of trust कि what am I really wanting and what is my heart saying, वो उस तरह.
Also, sir, you spent years studying the gut, and now you're talking about the mind. And you also said earlier in this interview how those two are connected. Now, what do you think? Who throws the first punch out of the two?
Acha, wow. That's such a superb question. Who throws the first punch? Well, the first punch is mostly by the mind. That is my thinking, because the our thoughts and our emotions, they affect a lot of what we do, and
Yes, sir.
you will be surprised that maybe 80% of patients who come to us in our gastro clinics, the problem is somewhere related to stress, thoughts,
Right, sir.
anxiety, buried emotions, some childhood emotions also. Maybe something, for some it may be abuse, for some it may be simple thing, yeah, not being ignored, or being feeling insulted or something like that. And those emotions which are not kind of acknowledged or which are not recognized, they often are buried deep, and they manifest in some other form, not just in gastro and other diseases. So I'll say the mind, of course, is a big this thing, but the gut also has become very prominent, and in fact the gut has now been called the second brain.
Yes.
Do you know that it's
Yes,
called
sir.
the second brain? And that is why the gut instinct. So a lot of things are there. It originates in our the microbiota, the what we call we have got these friendly good bacteria, bad bacteria, all that causes the gut microbiota, which affects our mind also. But I'll have to choose. I'll say, of course, the mind would throw that first punch.
And so, do you get a lot of teenage patients? What is their experience going
Oh,
through
we
that?
get a lot, and especially during exam times.
Right.
Exam के पहले, maybe 10th हो, 12th हो, board exams के पहले, you get a lot of these unexplained abdominal pain, vomiting, ये सब. Now the thing is, we have to be careful as specialists कि हमें लगता है बहुत बार कि this may be anxiety induced and all, but we need to get all the tests done, ultrasound, कभी कभी CT, कभी endoscopy, so that we can to be very confident कि हाँ this is not there. But yeah, we have, especially during exams, कभी कभी आते हैं बच्चे with all these problems. All the reports are normal, but pain is persisting. Then I reassure parents, आप एग्जाम हो जाने दो, you will see. And बाद में after a few weeks they come and say कि अब तो बिल्कुल बच्चा ठीक ठाक है.
Right.
So we get it a lot, but of course we can't always generalize कि हाँ ये because as medical specialists, always we keep things like functional diseases or anxiety and stress. It is in the lower down in our list. Only when we exclude everything, then we say कि हाँ यही.
And I want to go back to stress. I want to talk about overthinking again. So, a lot of people, including teenagers, mainly teenagers, we don't seem to know कि what amount of thinking is normal thinking and what amount of thinking is overthinking. So, how do you tell when you're actually solving a problem versus you're just feeding your overthinking?
Fantastic. And this is not just limited to teenagers. You'll be
Right.
surprised ki how many adults are in that same kind of situation. Because क्या है कि we are learning from right from childhood ना. We are learning right from childhood. Then we are seeing our parents को देख रहे हैं, अपने family members को देख रहे हैं, and we see कि everyone is kind of in the same thing. So there is no one to really guide us. Now the biggest problem about overthinking is कि most of us think that what we are doing is very useful. एक problem है and you're thinking about it, keeping on thinking, ruminating, उसको catastrophize कर रहे, ruminate कर रहे, ये होगा तो क्या होगा, because we think if we make those plan A, B, C, है ना, तो we are covering all the possible loopholes, है ना, कि अगर ये नहीं हुआ, अगर suppose कि मुझे जाना है एयरपोर्ट, अगर वहाँ गाड़ी पंचर हो गया तो ये ले लूंगा, वो हो गया तो ट्रेन ले लूंगा, ये हो गया तो हो गया, you know, so you're being very practical, है ना, and sometimes it is practical कि हाँ you have to have those plan A, B होना चाहिए, but problem is कि this becomes a kind of a morbid state. We keep on doing it and we think that this is normal. Occasionally, maybe when you are really planning something very important, it's good to have plan A, B, C भी हो, but not for everything. अगर हम फिर ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या खाना है उसमें भी अगर ए बी आई वांट टू हैव टोस्ट बट अगर टोस्ट बर्न हो गया तो क्या हो गया, अगर स्टोव में आग लग गया और टोस्टर में आग लग गया, देन वेयर इज माय फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर, वो ले आओ, फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर नहीं है, अगर घर जल गया वेयर इज द इंश्योरेंस. सो यू सी वेयर इट्स टेकिंग, it can take you कहीं भी ले जा सकता है. So that is the thing. We think that we are doing something very useful by thinking all about it. That is the biggest flaw or myth जो भी हम सोचते हैं. The other thing, there's a very nice book. There's this author Joseph Nagyun, है ना? He's written a book called Stop Believing Everything You Think. इसमें क्या है ज़रा कि एक तो है our thoughts, कि हम बैठे हैं, कुछ thought आए, okay, मुझे वहाँ जाना है या ये करना है, इट्स अ प्लेजेंट डे, और ये दीज आर नेचुरल थिंग्स. जो थॉट्स आना जाना, दीज आर नेचुरल प्रोसेसेस. देन देर इज व्हाट ही सेज थिंकिंग अबाउट द थॉट्स. नाउ एक थॉट आया एंड देन यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट द थॉट्स कि अच्छा ये हुआ, फिर क्या हुआ, एवरीथिंग. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वही सेम थिंग कि आई हैव टू मेक माई टोस्ट, एक थॉट आया कि आई हैव टू मेक माई ब्रेकफास्ट, तो एक ये बनाते हैं. देन यू हैव दोस थिंकिंग अबाउट द थॉट्स कि अगर वो जल गया क्या हो गया, घर जल गया क्या हो गया, ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो दैट सेकेंड लेयर जो हम एड ऑन करते हैं, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम एंड वी नेवर रियलाइज इट. सो once, and then you may ask what is the solution. The first thing is to be aware कि ऐसा होता है, because most people are not aware कि हाँ ये, they are so identified by thoughts and thinking about the thoughts कि वो सारा एक ही चीज हो जाता है, and again people don't realize कि how much they by seemingly trying to be useful and productive by thinking about all the solutions, how much they are harming themselves. So overthinking becomes a problem then, and most of the time it is there. But the good part is, and we can discuss more, कि there are ways to come out of it also.
And I think one of the ways is mindfulness. That correct?
One of the ways is, अच्छा इसके पहले ये बताओ कि अगर you yourself, how often do you feel कि you overthink, या अपने friends में, what do you feel?
Sir, I feel like teenagers, I don't know, I say teenagers a lot because that is my
your friends
experience,
and
of course. But I think we in general tend to overthink a lot, especially because of social media. Social media, so as a teenager, when you use social media, So of course, in that age, you make a lot of mistakes. You do a lot of stuff that may seem embarrassing
Okay,
later
yes,
on.
हाँ.
So you always have this reminder of what you used to be like. You always have this, oh, why did I post this?
Yes, क्या
Uh,
बोलेंगे, what my
yeah,
friends think,
yeah, what will
he,
people say
yes,
basically.
okay.
तो फिर ये सब जब वो add on हो जाता है, so that just increases your overthinking by 10x.
10x, yes.
So I think that is
very
a
true.
problem
I
a lot
think
of my generation.
बिल्कुल social media का then you know that kind of peer pressure वाला चीज and you're all the time you're trying to think मैंने सही तो बोला, मैं गलत तो नहीं बोल दिया, was I looking foolish, was I this thing, है ना, that kind of
Yes,
thing.
sir.
We have it as adults also, but हाँ, in this age group as you all, because there's always that you know एक वो that feeling wanting to be liked by others,
Social
है ना,
validation
that
बहुत होता है.
validation, yes. So yeah, we'll talk about it. You continue.
And sir, I want to talk about also mindfulness, because that is something that a lot of teenagers reject, because I feel like it has the worst PR team imaginable. And I just wanted to ask, if you could completely rebrand
Yes.
mindfulness for teenagers specifically, what would you say?
Say, I think that's a fantastic question, and I like your statement here. It has a poor PR, so mindfulness needs
sir.
to have that. Acha, now before I tell you, I'll just ask you one thing. Why do you feel you reject it and teenagers reject it? What is it about it?
So
क्या
because
ये है? हाँ.
mindfulness is generally associated with पहाड़ पे ऐसे करके बैठना,
Yeah.
and वहाँ पे जाके like rejecting
Everything,
a lot of the things that
Yes.
people are that
They
teenagers are
enjoy
naturally
doing
attracted
which
to.
okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So that is I think the biggest hurdle, है ना. So I think it's a problem because वही है कि you know the way we have been made to believe it कि अच्छा this is about mindfulness. Now the first thing I'd like to tell you, the good news is कि mindfulness में कुछ भी reject नहीं करना पड़ता है, nothing at all, है ना. That is the most important thing. You know, like you can be, for example, if someone enjoys dancing or partying or playing or you know just studying or whatever, कहीं भी you know ये नहीं, कोई भी पहाड़ नहीं जाना पड़ रहा है.
Yes.
You don't have to leave any work at all, nothing at all. You don't have to abandon your you know whatever things you enjoy. Second thing, key mindfulness will multiply all these things. You know, if I say अगर मैं PR branding उसका करूँ, if I say कि the things that teenagers you all enjoy the most,
Yes.
if I say कि by being mindful you are going to multiply that enjoyment by 3 times, how will you feel?
So I would feel
Then
great.
you would feel great. And I would change the term mindfulness to maybe just being present. Presence, I'll say, because we understand presence. Na? What is being present? Being present is just being, you know, present with your friends, while you're talking in the class, in the metro, while you're traveling, when you're taking notes, when you are enjoying, when you are singing. Remember, now try to recall some of your most enjoyable moments, you know, either in school or at home, this thing. You will see that the most memorable moments have been when we have been totally present.
Yes.
And it can be as this thing. You know, I gave a TEDx talk, The Art of Doing and Being. You know,
Right, sir.
then I'll share the link. You can watch it
Yes.
and share it also. In that, I had mentioned in the beginning also, ki I love dancing. You know, I like dancing. I really enjoy it. And what I named that thing the I think the dance of doing and being. You know, so it means कि हम जो भी कर रहे हैं, whatever we are doing, when we bring presence and mindfulness to it, we are kind of you know shifting a bit back, so that being and doing को हम merge कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
So when, for example, you are enjoying a party and you're totally present, you know, with your friends, with the music, then you'll enjoy it much more. But there will be times when you have gone to a party and maybe you're trying to have fun, but you're lost in your thoughts. यार कल तो एग्जाम है, या कल को ये, या उसने क्या बोल दिया, and then you totally miss the fun. So you see, whenever we are present, we are really enjoying ourselves.
And so, what is one small thing that the viewers watching can do at home just to practice mindfulness on a daily basis?
Acha, just to practice, na? I think one of the things which I think this thing your students or anyone can do is to take small pauses throughout the day. You know, very अच्छा. I think mindfulness का bad PR का और भी एक reason है कि probably you think that you have to spend a lot of time, you know,
Yes, sir.
sitting cross-legged and you know पालती मार के बैठना.
Yes,
Again,
sir.
that is बिल्कुल नहीं. It can be just being present, being you know, just being aware of your breathing right now where you're sitting. So just taking those small pauses through the day can make a lot of difference. I'll tell you what do you mean by small pauses. For example, again, agar abhi baithe na, you are feeling a bit tired, bit this thing. So you can just, and you can try this with me. I'll just guide you. Just sit and just feel your breathing. You know, just feel your breathing in and out. Feel your feet against the ground. Just feeling it. Feel your back against the sofa. Feel your hands against the chair. You know, just you're grounding yourself, just taking 1 or 2 breaths in awareness, and then you come out. How long did it take? 1 or 2 minutes?
Yes.
Even 1 or 2 breaths in awareness, and you know, just feeling all our senses of touch, hearing, seeing, tasting, all these bring us to the present moment. So these small micro mindfulness moments, and let us leave mindfulness, micro present moments,
Right, sir.
you know, where we are just grounding. So this is one thing which can help a lot. So in between, if for example, if you are studying for 1 hour or 2 hours, you want to take a break, you just, you know, 2 or 3 minutes, just, you know, you pause, come back to center yourself. Even if you are among classes or just before an exam or just before something which is, you know, giving you anxiety, just come back. And the more we use our senses, the more present we become. So even, you know, listening for people, so that's why I'm saying there are many anchors to mindfulness. You know,
Right,
one
sir.
is people think, and that is why it has got a bad PR, कि सिर्फ breathing है. Breathing तो एक है, but you know, good music. If you're just present and you're totally attentive to the music, so your senses, the ear senses, you know, they bring you to the present moment. So one has to choose what anchor they want, and that can bring them.
Also,
Dancing, for example, you know,
yes, sir.
teenagers, they love dancing. You know, I also love dancing. Why is dancing so enjoyable? Do you know? Because there is that movement, the rhythm, you know, our senses, you know, the body senses, the sound senses of the music, you know, that rhythm, it's there, and you're not lost in your head. You're not
Yes.
thinking. Can you think while dancing? Nahi,
No,
na?
sir.
You're just listening to the beats and you're moving your body. And that's why people playing, you know, a lot, we enjoy playing. Why do we enjoy playing? Because when we are playing, again we are present. So that's why I said in the beginning, if you remember, remember the things which you enjoy doing the most, they're the times when you are most present. So
Right.
whenever you feel enjoy, for example, an artist while painting, because that artist is really enjoying it, the colors and all that, and that is why. So for them, that is a form of mindfulness.
And sir, another thing
So has
that,
it helped the PR a bit?
yes, sir, of course.
Then,
So another
yeah.
thing that gets bad PR is resilience, because in Indian
Yeah.
society, we are often told that we need to push through, and sometimes that situation is actually toxic and not good for our mental and physical health. Yet we are still told कि नहीं, if you keep working on it, something will
Yes.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to tell you is I want to ask you actually, a lot of us think that resilience is just a fancy name for suffering.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to convince them otherwise?
About, yeah, that's also a very nice question, very good question. So yeah, so I think probably because of that bad PR, resilience has been keep, just struggle, thakka do, nahi ho raha, thoda keep on pushing, है ना,
Yes, sir.
and then you'll get through. So that is not what actually resilience is, that is struggling. ठीक है, एंड कभी कभी स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है, वी हैव टू, समटाइम्स वी आर नॉट फीलिंग लाइक स्टडिंग, लेकिन है करना है तो यू हैव टू डू, बट दैट इज नॉट रेसिलियंस एक्चुअली व्हाट इट इज. The simple term of resilience is bouncing back from adversity, है ना, कि कुछ है, something happens here, there's a setback, but you slowly, make your way and you emerge. But actually resilience is emerging wiser, with a lot more, growing more from an experience, learning from it, absorbing it, and I would say expanding your horizons. So resilience is all that. It's not just yeah, the kamaro. You are actually growing. I would say the other word for resilience would be growth, and growth in all directions. Of course, when suffering comes, and I mean, like in my book also, I talked about one particular very hard episode, and that actually when I came emerged from it, it was with more resilience. So, but that can be in some kind of suffering also. But even every day, we are facing various kind of chahe small obstacles or yes something,
Of course.
and resilience is absorbing all that and coming out with empathy, you know, with more compassion, with more understanding. For example, if I have to give a talk or an interview, and if I have an anxiety attack at that time, just before starting it, है ना, so ठीक है, वो somehow I managed to pass through. Now, won't I have more compassion towards another person जिसको भी anxiety attack है?
Of course.
होगा ना, because I know what that person must be, undergoing, या क्या thoughts उनके हो रहा होगा, so all these small or large obstacles जो हमारे day to day life में आते हैं, they make us more resilient. And when we talk about resilience, it's about expanding and it's about growth, it's about understanding yourself as well as other people.
And so, while working with other people, a lot of people face this problem that they don't know where the line is. They don't know if they're being resilient or if they're tolerating something very unhealthy. So, what do you think?
So, matlab just, tolerating some kind of thing, or, being more resilient. So sometimes it's very difficult to draw the line, because we have to face various circumstances, and sometimes it can just be about, tolerating maybe people or some situation, and coming out. But what I have found and what I feel is that every kind of every circumstance or every incident, actually in some way it builds our resilience, you know even sometimes, for example, if I am in a sales position, and I have a very uncomfortable and very I would say very person is very abusive over the phone, sales mein to they have to keep on
Yes,
talking
sir.
to customers various type ke hai. So even that, something like that, where you have to just tolerate it. अभी ये customer है, तो इनके मुंह पे तो हम गाली नहीं दे सकते, have to tolerate it.
Right.
But even that actually increases your resilience, because it expands your capacity of staying with discomfort. And here I am glad you brought this. Another thing, another problem which we are facing is the inability to stay with discomfort. Because
Yes.
and especially for teenagers, because अभी social media है. Now the thing is, when we were young, है ना, तब तो phones से नहीं थे, there were a lot of time when we were just bored, कुछ भी नहीं है करने को, है ना,
Totally agree, sir.
ठीक है, और very restless या bored, कुछ भी नहीं है करने को. But even those times of boredom, actually sometimes boredom can give you a lot of creativity, a lot of creative ideas. Yeah, that time of doing nothing can also become quite enjoyable at times. That thing is missing. So now, even if 5 minutes, if you're not doing anything, you're not schooling, there's that restlessness
Right.
and discomfort.
Right, sir. And also, I completely agree with your point that we as a society need to learn how to sit with ourselves.
Sit with
Because
ourselves, yes.
there is always, because in today's, I guess, with today's technology, there is always something more important happening somewhere.
Mm-hmm, yes.
So instead of sitting with myself for 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
instead of doing nothing, I am doing nothing but also staying busy at the same time
By
with doom
scrolling.
scrolling.
Absolutely. This is, such a fantastic point. And, many years, I would say a couple of centuries ago, who was that? Huxley, I think, or someone said, ki some of the most, I would say, most of the problems in humanity exist because of man's inability to sit with himself alone.
Yes.
And that is so true, and it's coming out so true today. This was said, I think, maybe 100 or 200 years ago. जबकि इतने distractions नहीं थे. But even that time, it was so difficult for people to sit with themselves. So आज के date में तो it is magnified 1,000 times. So
Yes.
as you said, even 5 minutes sitting with ourselves, it becomes so difficult because when you sit, so इतने thoughts, emotions आ रहे, you are not able to tolerate it. And उससे easy है कि ना आप scroll करो, have a laugh and finish it off. But that, over a period of time, that creates all these
So
problems.
that only suppresses the
That
emotion.
suppresses the emotions. You're not able to sit with yourselves, and it causes anxiety and depression, so many things. And in fact, for people, especially for students, this is a kind of an invitation as well as a challenge. आप भले formal meditation ना भी करो या ये भी करो, just for maybe 5 minutes a day, just sit without doing anything. And that doesn't mean sit in a dark room, just maybe in the balcony. Yeah, this thing where there are some, listening to the birds chirping, the sky. Just sit and, just be aware of whatever is happening.
Right.
That will increase your capacity to sit with yourself.
And so also, I think that is also the solution of when people feel tired of staying strong all the time, of being resilient
Yes.
all the time. I think that is also something that
Absolutely.
viewers at home can do to sort of overcome that.
Yeah, just maybe sitting with disappointment. When you have a feeling of disappointment, which happens maybe 10 times a day, है ना, कुछ भी हो सकता है. You mailed someone, वहाँ no reply आया, you texted, अपने friend को text किया, फिर आप देख रहे हो blue tick आया लेकिन कोई reply नहीं आया. That is disappointment, है ना?
Yes.
Yeah, so staying with that rather than thinking क्यों नहीं मुझे message आया, ये आया, ये आया. Sometimes नहीं उसको मन किया या ये हुआ. Later on you say कि oh that person was actually very busy with something else. उनके father बीमार हो गए, वो ले जाना पड़ा. But we are imagining कि अब now that person is not, he's no longer my friend and all that.
Going into overthinking.
Overthinking वही वाला. So
Right.
you see, just as you said कि just you don't have to always be strong, and that is also important, to be with your emotions. Feeling of sadness, disappointment, these are not wrong emotions. Everything has its place, and we should just allow it
Yes.
to be there.
Now, sir, you have obviously achieved a lot in life, and I want to ask you, can you be too ambitious? Like, if, like, when it comes to, like, when you're chasing success, that chase sort of chases you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. That's again, that's why I really love the way you are framing your questions. Everything is so mature and, this thing. Yeah, that is a problem with many. And in fact, in my, this is a very good context. In my book, RX for Resilience,
Right.
there's a chapter on happiness. Happiness is the way. And I started by quoting the example of Abhinav Bindra.
Yes, sir.
Abhinav Bindra, he's the first Olympic gold medalist in India in the, athletic category, shooting. So he later said in an interview that few months after he won this Olympic gold, where there was so much of euphoria and so much of, congratulations and,
Yes.
this thing, he went into deep depression. Why? And he analyzed it later, saying right from childhood he had that aim and ambition कि मुझे गोल्ड ओलंपिक में गोल्ड लाना है, राइट फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड, एंड ही वेंट ऑल आउट फॉर दैट, एंड पूरा उन्होंने मेहनत किया, ये sacrificed his sleep and everything and he got it. बट जब once he achieved it, after few months he realized कि अब तो मेरे पास कोई गोल ही नहीं है.
Right.
No,
sir.
I've जो भी that the maximum जो भी था, I have achieved it. Now what is there? And he felt very empty and very kind of shallow. So what happens is when we become too ambitious and just have a a goal oriented this thing, and then we are missing the entire journey. We are missing that entire journey, which is actually so much more exciting, because there's something called the arrival fallacy. कि when you
Yes, sir.
arrive at that destination, then you have that feeling of अरे यार अच्छा यही था. I thought when I arrive तो मतलब angels will start cheering and ये होगा और कुछ भी नहीं है, है ना. So obviously you have to have those ambitions, goals, वो सब होना चाहिए ना. That should define you. And as a teenager you have to have those 5-year plan, 10-year plans, वो सब ठीक है. But more than that is what you are undergoing, those steps you're taking towards it, those moments. You should not miss out on those moments. If you are not again present with those moments, those small things, then what happens is when you get that thing also, then
Right.
also you're not present. Why? Because वो मिल गया, फिर लगता है अच्छा अब अगला achievement क्या है.
Yes. sir.
So you are always in that future. So that is why it's so important. So sometimes you can very often be so ambitious that you are missing out the present, and that is why being present is so important. कि you have all your ambitions, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, but don't miss out these beautiful steps.
Yes, sir.
which make it up.
I think it's also related to the question that do we find peace before
Before success,
before success or
Uh-huh.
after it?
After success, again a very very nice question. And this ये मैंने book में भी लिखा है, peace is actually not related to success.
Yes, sir.
Peace is here with you right now. Right now, not 5 minutes from now, not 2 hours from now or 1 month from now. It is here right now.
Yes.
But of course, it you can take it at face value also, but it's better to really experience that. And again, in the book also, in the last epilogue I had mentioned, कि there's a lot of things going on. My mother was hospitalized, she was critically ill,
Right.
and I was missing something. But I also realized that right now, at this moment also, I can be at peace. So actually, when we feel that we are going to be happy and peaceful when we achieve that, then we are missing the entire point, because peace and happiness is right here, right now, at this moment, when you're totally present. It's here, and you can still go have your ambitions, and whatever you define as your things for success, you can still have it. So but one should not make the mistake of thinking that peace and happiness is at the end of that journey.
Right.
It's here right now, even if you have nothing right now. That is the main.
And sir, let's say every teenager watching this completely ignores everything we've said. What is one thing that you hope sticks?
What is one thing that it is? I'll say that just being present right now, wherever you are, with whoever you are or whatever you are doing. Leave everything aside of what we said. If you are rejecting everything, then just be present to what is happening. Don't reject any experience.
Yes.
Sometimes we feel कि हमें तो अच्छे experience ही चाहिए, ये sad वाले, unpleasant वाले नहीं. So I'll say to all your friends, all the people watching, don't reject any experience. Don't reject any emotion. Let everything be as it is. Be open and present to whatever is happening. Then you see that your life will start transforming and beyond your imagination.
Absolutely, sir. Dr. Dubey, this was such a fun conversation. Thank you so much.
It was
for
so
coming
wonderful
on.
talking to you, Zara, and I can see that you are going to really transform the lives of a lot of young people, and in the times to be. I'm amazed at your
Thank you so much, sir.
maturity, and I hope you enjoyed this talk as much as I did. And
Yes,
let's
sir.
hope
Absolutely.
your friends, you'll have to give me the feedback later ki
Of
whether
course,
your
of course.
friends found it useful. है ना?
Thank you, sir. It means a
Chalo,
lot.
wonderful. Thank you.
Now, one thing that I've learned from doing this show is that the most successful people don't always have the best answers. They often have the better questions. And after this conversation, I think that's probably a good thing. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, follow our Instagram, and drop a comment down below. And tell us what's a question that terrifies you about your future. Please let us know. Also, all links to, if you want to hear more of Dr. Duve's content, the links will be down below. And with that, I'll see you next time.